So hello and welcome to the Expat Pod. My name is James, your host, and you've joined us for the quick 5 questions part of the podcast. And if you haven't yet already watched the full episode with Omar, please do go and do that. There'll be a link somewhere where my finger is now for you to go and check it out. But maybe wait until you've listened to this amazing podcast first. If you haven't yet been to one of these, this is a kind of a bit of fun. Essentially, it's just 10 quick questions, Omar. So when you're ready, what's your favorite place you've ever lived?
I would say the North Coast, Alexandria in Egypt.
Nice. Is that where you're originally from, or is that just where you've moved to in your youth? Or
I just moved there for vacations most of the time. It's an amazing beach, in my opinion, the favorite place of my whole time. Probably where I want to live when I want to retire. Amazing scenery, very peaceful, not crowded. You on your own and the water, So I love that.
Incredible. What a great place to be. You've painted the picture for me as well. Well, what's your favorite international food?
I would go along with pizza, as well as Chinese food. Oh my God! I also mean by Chinese food, I mean street local Chinese food, and that's like the word that's really more authentic. For pizza, I hate fast food chain pizza, so the classier the better.
Do you have to go to Rome or Naples for that then, I suppose?
Yeah, you need some Italian guy that's overcharging you, but you just know it's gonna be amazing,
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, pizzas are definitely there with most people. What's your favorite international tradition?
International tradition, I would say I love the Thanksgiving. I've never experienced that back home, but here in the US is something that I enjoy culturally. I love it. I feel that they find that it's the same time every year and the same very nice energy. I've been always invited to many places, even though I'm not from any of those families, and I felt the most welcomed, and I love it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I guess so. If you think about, was not Black Friday one of the ones as well, I suppose.
Halloween comes in the first place, in my opinion, as just like some sort of an American tradition. Black Friday was my biggest disappointment. I thought I was gonna go all over the place. I wasn't amazed with the deals too much. I actually went.
You enjoying the riots, right? Did you see on the internet everyone like?
Yeah, I thought that they're gonna be selling $10 TVs and all that stuff, but no, nothing that was like a crazy appealing. So.
What's your favorite thing about living abroad?
Setting your own schedule and being accountable for your own decisions. I would say that let's say a random example, a lot of students when they're in high school, they would never study, and their parents would be pushing them along the way to do so, and they would never do so. But when they come to college, they'll be like, oh my God, this is where the realization hits, reality hits, and that's being accountable for your own decisions.
Yeah, it's very wise. Yeah, good point. I still haven't learned that lesson myself, so I need to do it myself. What's your best homesickness remedy?
I would, what I used to like a couple of years ago is I would prank call my mom and talk to her about something super random that just happened in my day, but it didn't really happen, just to get a reaction out of her. Right now, I would say that more about like watching Egyptian movies. I feel that kind of adds up to a new, different type of vibe of most of the things that I watch.
And what's your favorite Egyptian movie then?
It's actually a TV show. It's an English American Egyptian type of TV show. I love the TV show. It's called Rami. It's on Hulu. I love that. It's giving a perspective of an Egyptian family living in the US, and he is struggling, between the social life and his religious family, and it messes up a lot. And it's funny, like it's just sarcasm the whole time, and I can relate to it. So I'm like, okay, this is.
Oh, that's great. I'll have to check it out and see if there's English subtitles or English dubbed or something.
Oh yeah, they speak English most of the time, but they throw in some Arabic phrases. Yeah.
Great. Well, what's the hardest thing about living abroad?
The confliction in your head when you are very, very sad or in a very down mood. but you can easily talk to your parents and get some easy love out of them. But at the same time, you do not want to worry them or show them that you're struggling. So that kind of is something you have to balance. Sometimes, yeah, you should do that and call them and get some affirmation from them. And sometimes you shouldn't be dependent only on that, because they technically, whatever you're going on through, they have zero control over it. They cannot make your day better. Talking to them is a relief, but constantly mentioning your issues is just going to show them how much of a struggle you're going through. So
yeah, it's a very good point. And yeah, all parents worry, or even all friends as well, I suppose. And yeah, being honest with them, but not being overly honest is a great skill to learn. What's the best phrase you've learned since living abroad?
If it's some American slang, I had no idea that they use the word bet as some sort of like an okay type of thing. You could be like, okay, we're going this time to this place, and they would just reply by bet, and I would be like, what the hell does that mean? And and later on, it just means like, all right, sounds good, type of reaffirmation. That's just a slang. I don't know. If you're hinting of more of a quote-wise thing, I have a couple in my head, but like
Go for it. Go get some quotes out there. You got some.
I mean, I personally read that from a book. It was a book by it's called No More Mr. Nice Guy, and he kind of highlighted the three things that makes a man successful or attractive. Is that he's comfortable in his own skin, he knows where he's going, and he's having fun along the way. I love that.
Yeah, it's very profound. Yeah, definitely advice that everyone can live with, and even not just men but women as well. If women are comfortable and know where they're going and having fun, it also makes them, any person more fun to be around because they're not worried about stuff. It's just I guess next question, what's your best way of making new friends?
Randomly just going and talking to people. I feel like in the gym, constantly saying hi again to people. In my opinion, I would say the easiest way to make friends is in your class. In going to clubs, if you're into that type of thing, that's an easy way to make friends. It gets harder because you have to have, in my opinion, aligned friends with the same mindset. So it gets kind of narrower if you have a rare mindset. But I say that the easiest way is where you're interested to go all the time. So if you're interested into going to the library all the time and you need somebody to accompany you there, just go and talk to somebody in the library and just have a seat with them. I would only advise people that everyone is thinking the same way as you are. Everyone is anxious as you are. And they have no problem for you to come and say hi. Nothing.
Yeah, just in the library, don't be too loud because you'll get torn off for a librarian, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
What's the best thing to do in your new city or home?
Oh, yeah. In Tucson, hiking. We're all about hiking here. Mountain after mountain. So that's something I love. I've got recently into skiing. That was a first time experience. In the winter, it was a miserable experience, but I got through it, and that's something else that it's in season right now. Other than that, we're all about hiking.
That's great. And my last question is, what's your best expat life hack?
Taking advantage of your student email by signing up to all these. Everything in the US has a 10% discount or some sort of discount for being a student. That's whether it's Amazon, it's this app, it's Spotify, it's anything, You sign up with your student email, you get some sort of coverage. And that's the only hack I could come up right out of my mind,
That's a good point. I remember my friend when we graduated a few years afterwards, and he just signed up to a fake online course. So it was a real online course, but he just signed up for it. Didn't have to turn up, but it meant he got a new student card, and then you got more discounts when we were like 25, and I was like, what a great advert, what a great little thing to do. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Omar. I really appreciate your time and your wisdom and your honesty, and yeah, just sharing everything with us. And as always, if you did enjoy the podcast and you have not listened to the full one yet, then go do that. And if you've enjoyed the answers to Omar, or you have any ideas of what we should do in the future, please do let us know in the comments. Please do follow us. Please do subscribe and share it with your friends and anyone you could possibly think you might enjoy the opportunity to listen to people living abroad, or if they want to do it themselves, or if you have done it, get in touch and we can share your story too. But as always, we'll see you next time for the Expat Pod.